What's good, pimp? Today marks number 2 of the 3 beta males that's gonna hold you back in life. Yeah, that's right. There was 2 of these motherfuckers. Matter of fact, I think there's gonna be a 3rd part, man, because I could just keep going on and on and on and on and on. So let's not waste any time. Number 1, Mr. Follow the Crowd. This is the guy that generally seems cool, but what you notice is that he never strays too far past mainstream ideology when it comes to things in life. This is the guy with weak inner game. He spent his whole life struggling to fit in as an average guy, and now that he finally has it, he will never let it go. For example, you ever see a movie where the main character discovers some dark secret about something, maybe a big company or something that affects all kinds of people or shit? He's the guy the main character tells, only to immediately be met with apprehension and a hush-hush kind of tone, knowing the main character has come across something that just might rock the boat. He's the guy who is later seen in the movie telling on the main character to the police after a total of 3 seconds of hard interrogation. Yeah. The point is that if you are the kind of dude who stands for nothing, you will fall for anything. Be very cautious around guys like this. That's all I'm gonna say. I think this is a good fucking point. I mean, I feel like I definitely have known dudes like this. And you can see it. It's people who oftentimes when they were kids, they got picked on or whatever, they never fit in. Then they finally work their average ass life to get to a point where they're finally like, yes, I'm part of society. Nah, they're just not gonna rock the boat. If you give them any kind of idea, a lot of times these dudes, like, they might have a girlfriend that they like, they love. You try to tell them any kind of thing about, you know, the other side of women, or just letting him have certain warnings to know he's not having that shit, man. He's not trying to have his mainstream Disney fairy tale ideology rocked, man. Just a lot of times these dudes, we just you gotta let people sink or swim sometimes, and a lot of times this is the case for that dude. Just be cautious around this motherfucker, because like we just said, man, if you don't stand for anything, you fall for anything. Next up, what do we got? Okay, Mr. Comfort Zone. Mr. Comfort Zone. This is the guy that never wants to do anything that forces him to step outside his comfort zone, especially if it risks him embarrassing himself, and especially if it risks embarrassing him in front of hot chicks. Oftentimes these guys know they are scared inside but will never admit it in real life. Instead, they will get defensive and tell you to do it yourself. Whenever someone tells you to do it yourself, most of the time it's because they're scared to do it and want to save face. For sure. That, or someone's acting like they're down with something or know something but actually don't know shit at all. Oh man, this is a lot like the last step, but it's definitely a bit different, because I relate to the part about dudes getting rejected in front of hot chicks. I feel like a lot of guys, a lot of motherfuckers do not want to you could be their best friend, you could be one of their best friends, and they will not want to get rejected in front of hot chicks in front of you, which is weird, because I feel like if there's anyone on the planet that you should be comfortable with, or that you should, like, if anything, you should be more encouraged to get rejected, or to, you know, just approach women. If you're around your friend, if you get rejected, you should just feel more upbeat when you're with your friend, because you can always go back and just be like, haha, and tell them what the fuck happened, or just whatever the case is. Relate back to the situation. When you're by yourself, you just gotta kind of laugh with yourself. So but I had a friend like this, a friend of mine. It was a situation. I was with my boy and one of his boys, and a group of girls were walking by, and they were talking about how they were peeping us and shit, and they kept trying to push me to approach and open them and shit, and it was obvious that they didn't really want to do this shit, but they were trying to push me to do it. And at one point, these chicks passed us on the block, this group of chicks, and then another time they passed us again on the block, and the second time they passed us, and they gave me shit again, because I didn't open them, I didn't fucking approach them. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, you know what, wait here. I was like, come with me, I'm about to go up to them right now, come with me. One of my friends, he immediately was like, nah, you do it, you go ahead, like, do it. And then the other friend was like, oh, I'm doing some lottery. He was like an older cat, and he was like, oh, he's doing some lottery numbers, he didn't want to do it. Yeah, alright, motherfucker. So I literally ran up the block by myself, because one cute chick out of the group, basically, it was a group of chicks, And I went up to them and I tried to approach them, but unfortunately the cute chick she was kind of quiet. I was kind of hoping she would be more enthused, but like some of her, like one or two of her friends, some hand beast looking bitches, they were just grouchy and they were just kind of giving me a hard fucking time. So eventually I just fucking left and I was tight. I came back. For those who are not from New York, that just means I was irritated. I was fucking irritated. I came back like, yo, you motherfuckers, man. Y'all just let me. I literally ran up a hill because they were walking up a hill. I ran up a fucking hill, up the block. Like, nah, fuck that. I'm not letting it ride. Like, I'm gonna do this shit. And these motherfuckers abandoned me. I'll never forget that shit, because from then on I was like, yo, I can't fuck with dudes like that. Don't try to sit here, have an ego, act like you some fly motherfucker, and then you scared to do this shit. You scared to get rejected. Like, you serious? Most motherfuckers, they want to have all the shit. They want to put on the image, but they don't want to take the risk, because when you take risks, you will inevitably take L's. That's just a fucking fact. And most people, they're not willing to. People will choose to avoid pain over the fucking pleasure of success a lot of the times. That's a fucking fact. Next up. What do we got? The low-key salty friend. I'm gonna just call him low-key salt, man. This is the guy that's totally a friend and cool with you, as long as you two are on the same losing fucking level. As soon as you reach a point where you're either successful in life or successful in something men highly desire, like finances and women, you slowly see the bitterness from your friend. To be fair, to a certain degree, hating in some ways is an unconscious thing you can't help. For example, if you're fucking starving and some guy pulls up next to you eating a 5-course buffet, then looking at you like, hey, what's the big deal? I earned this. It's going to be very hard. The fact of the matter is, it's going to be very difficult to stop your stomach from growling the moment the scent of the food just hits your fucking nose. It's kind of hard to hide the salt when your body is literally physically reacting to it. That's just the truth. But we are men. We ain't bitches out here, okay? Catty low-key jealousy is something reserved for females, man. It's our job as men to have the discipline to respect it and to stay in your own line. Ultimately, mind your fucking business. The truth is, if you're the kind of friend that can only be happy for your friends as long as they're on the same level, or don't leapfrog past you too far, you want a fucking friend in the first place. I think this is inevitable. Like, when it comes to friendships, I've seen friendships where, what am I talking about? I've had friendships where as soon as you're chasing a dream or shit starts popping for you, it starts with little things. Like, for example, you might get a hot chick and be super excited. You go up to him like, yo, man, did you see that? I just went up to that chick and she gave me her number. And then he's just like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So anyways, blah, 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 blah. He don't even want to talk about some shit. Like, it starts off with the little moments where you're like, damn, like, I came back expecting you to be excited. You my homie, whether it's a cute bitch or like a great opportunity for your career, whatever the fuck, your destiny, your goal in life, man. And then he just kind of is like, meh. And it's obvious. If you can really read it, most of the time it's obvious that they don't even want to face it. It's just like what I said, man. You're hungry. You see that juicy steak. Your friend has it. Most of the time, it takes a certain kind of character of person to be hungry, watching someone eat a juicy steak and just be like, yo, man, you earned it, yo. That's you, bro. Not everyone is going to do that. Most people are not going to fucking do that, especially when that steak just starts to look more and more delicious, and it just, next thing you know, it's a 5-course buffet and they're still down there. And what the fucked up part is, though, is a lot of times you could try to bring that friend along or try to put them on, and they don't want to do the work. They don't want to fucking do the work. They just want what you have, but they don't want to actually they don't want to go through the rejections. They don't want to go through the technical nonsense of building a website or issues or tech. They don't want to go through all that shit. They just want the clout. They want the fucking moment. They want the sunshine, but without the fucking rain. And it don't work like that. So friends like this, oftentimes, it's hell. If you get locked up, these probably gonna be the first motherfuckers to just disappear. I'm telling you, man. So with that being said, bro, do you know any more beta males in your life that have held you back? Leave below in the comments, and I would love to read that shit.